All right, so check this out on this crepe myrtle. All along the stems here. Most people, if you know plants and you know pests, you would probably think that those are mealybugs, but they are not. So what you're seeing here is called crepe myrtle bark scale, and it is a pest from Asia that has now made its way to the US and is attacking a lot of crepe myrtles here in the US. So the pest is not native, well, neither is the plant. But what's interesting is, if you see right here, that is a larva of, I think that is the twice stabbed ladybug larva that is actually feeding on these scale. So yeah, it is a non-native pest from Asia that's now attacking a lot of crepe myrtles all across the southern United States. But interesting that one of our native ladybugs is actually starting to eat this thing, and possibly we'll see some type of balance coming in the future, because as of right now, the scale insects are really taking over a lot of areas of the southern US and really doing quite a lot of damage to crepe myrtles and stressing them out. But maybe our native bugs will be fighting back against them. Otherwise, there are other methods of control. So the reason why these things are really hard to control chemically is because that white stuff that is on the outside of the body of the scale is a waxy coating that the adults will get, and they'll hunker down and they'll attach themselves to the stems of the plant, which is why it's called a bark scale, and they'll develop this waxy coating over the top that doesn't allow a lot of sprays to penetrate. So a lot of people have chosen to go the route of using systemic insecticides, like systemic insecticide drenches that you will mix up and then pour onto the roots. That insecticide then moves through the system of the plant, and as the bugs are feeding on the plant, it'll kill them. Now, another really effective method of doing it without using systemics would be to wait until the new crop of babies have hatched in the spring. So in our part of the world, in Texas, these babies will hatch out usually in April, around the second week of April. If you want to know exactly when they hatch out, you can put sticky traps out, where you take a piece of tape and put sticky side out around the trunk of that tree. And the babies, when they come out, will actually be really mobile, and they'll be crawling and they'll get stuck to that tape. And then at that point, you know, when the crawling phase is out there, they're very susceptible to a typical insecticide spray. Now, of course, it's up to you if you would like to do an insecticide treatment, or if you would like to wait and see if maybe the ladybugs will take care of it, or you could even release your own ladybugs to see if they could get a handle on these pests. But yeah, up to you. Now you know what to do if you see this on crepe myrtles.